Hello everyone, welcome to Komodo Tai Tarot, and thank you for clicking onto my channel. So today we will be doing a reading for Capricorn, a weekly reading. So we are going to do the week of September 19th through September 25th of 2021. So you see before me 4 cards, right? So this is for my new viewers. The tarot decks that I will be using is from this Arcanum Tarot, which is this very first one. I will be pulling 4 cards from here. And then here I have the 8 Coins Tarot, which is the second one. I will also be pulling 4 cards from that one as well. And then the Oracle deck here is from the Angels and Ancestors. I will be pulling 3 cards from that deck. And the Osho contains sutras and its explanations, which I will be using for the purpose of a reflection, food for thought, a reminder, something that you can think about throughout the week or something like that. Perhaps there's some information in it that could be of help to you and your situation at the current time. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to move this off to the side here and we can get started with the Arcanum Tarot here. All right, Spirit teams, what messages do you have for our lovely Capricorns? What can they expect for the upcoming week of September 19th, 2021? What energy do you feel would be important for them to be aware of and prepared for? Okay, 3 of Pentacles. All right, 3 of Pentacles. Hold on just one second. I kind of have something in mind, but I just don't want to say it right off the bat here. Let me get more cards. Hey, hold on. This is like deja vu. Okay. The Temperance. I don't know. Some kind of a deja vu that I don't really recall what the message were, but that I know that some of the readings that I've done, the Temperance card also came out as the second card in the deck. So I don't remember. Okay, so with this, excuse me. So sorry about that. With the week of September 19th, you are working on your craft, on your passion project here that I'm seeing with the Temperance. You're kind of trying out different ways, different strategies of going about and reaching your goals much faster. Okay, I'm really drawn to this sun, like right in the middle of her forehead here. All right, you have happy times on your mind. That's what the sun is suggesting to me, is that happy times is up ahead. And you know this, whatever it is that you're working towards, you know that this is part of your purpose. You know that is part of your divine path. And so despite the fact that you might not be seeing progress quite readily or quickly as you had hoped, but you're patient. What I see on her expression here is that she's very patient. Okay, like consistently, to even though it's not like in motion, but then the energy that is exuding is like she's consistently nourishing that project. And there's this plant right here. It's a pink flower branch, tree stalk right here, that she's pouring both her passion and her love into it consistently and diligently, in hopes that it will grow and that she can, and when I say she, I'm referring to the illustration, the gender of the illustration here, but I mean you. Okay, like I feel like this is what you're doing right now with regards to your craft, your side hustles or your side business or whatever it is that you're doing currently, or even something, if it's not something of your own making, such as a business, but it could be your profession, trying to continue with your education so that you can acquire more knowledge and more skills to help propel you up the ladder within the organization. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting here. And for those of you who are working like along the line of like having your own business, with the Three of Pentacles, I see that there's going to be customers. You're going to receive customers or people coming from the community, okay, or whichever demographic niche that you're specializing in. Your business is going to call in clients, okay. You're going to be seeing a surge or an increase, okay, more clientele. You guys could be doing something along of the line of artwork, okay, flowers, floral, something that brightens people's day and gives them inspiration and hope, and along the line of motivational, something motivational that you're doing, your service. Perhaps you're some kind of like a life coach, or you're trying to get into that, or you're working right now with that, and getting your business and services out there to people, you know, expansions and things of that nature. They're here that I'm seeing. All right, let's get 2 more cards from the Arcanum Tarot, and then we can move. I feel like, is there, it sounded like there's a card that flipped over, but no. Okay, because sometimes when I shuffle and there's a card that flips over, and I wouldn't notice it until I go back and review it when I'm editing, and I'm like, wait, I completely missed that card. Okay, Knight of Wands. Okay, there's going to be more people taking notice of your work. You will be receiving some form of recognition in your work. The Emperor. Yeah, it could be, you could be working on a business here, all right? Okay, let's move on to the 8 Coins Tarot deck. All right, Spirit teams, what messages do you have for us in this deck here? Please clarify the 3 of Pentacles for us. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. With the 3 of Pentacles and the High Priestess, you're no longer going to be in that energy. Okay, no doubt you're still the High Priestess. You're still intuitive. You're still going off on that intuition that you have, you know, in order to navigate through the different pathways, okay, of getting to your targeted goal here. But with the High Priestess, she's someone who knows, okay, is very wise, but she keeps to herself, and she just keeps the wisdom to herself. She's not like the the Hierophant who makes the rules, or the Magician. She's the feminine counterpart of the Magician here. She's not like the Magician where she goes out and applies, you know, and manifests things, but she has a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowing that she keeps to herself, okay? So but with her being in reverse, clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, is like you're no longer going to be in that state of contemplation or just keeping things to yourself. You're going to take action with this Knight of Wands. It's all about taking action here. Okay, when it comes to expanding your business or making your business known to the general public so that it can gain much recognition, and so you can call in more clients and customers, okay, or even views, because nowadays a lot of businesses is online, you know, especially with the whole pandemic. Everyone is moving towards the e-commerce business, you know, and how they advertise it is not like back in the day anymore. It's more like word of mouth or views, you know, trying to create content that attracts people and masses and views, so that words can get out there so that your businesses can get out there and expand to a larger population or demographics. So I feel that that's what you're going to do, especially with the temperance here. It's like focusing on that and trying out different ways, different approaches to getting your work out there, your services out there to the general public. Okay. All right, spirit teams, what messages? Page of Cups. See? Yeah, Page of Cups, clarifying the temperance. Okay, you're focusing that passion and love into your work. And with the Page of Cups, this gives me the energy of it's something new. Okay, it's just started, it's just the beginning, but at the end you want to get to this Emperor status here. So it's clarified by the Hanged Man. Okay, this is a very conflicting energy here. So Knight of Wands clarified by the Hanged Man. It's like Knight of Wands can also be seen as someone who's impulsive and reacts impulsively. Okay, like let's say if you thought think like, okay, today I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, but yet you haven't really laid out a practical plan for it. You just went off and just do it out of impulse immediately. Okay, instead of having to like sit and think or sleep on it for a minute. With the Hanged Man here, take your time. Don't rush impulsively into it. It's good that you are trying this new experimentation, different strategies and approaches, and getting out there and putting yourself out there, and also taking action. Take action and be sure that you have a plan. Okay, a solid plan. With the Knight of Wands, there's going to be this tendency of impulsiveness as well. Okay. The Emperor is clarified by the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah. In order to achieve this Emperor status, you need to have some form of guidelines in everything that you do or any field that you're trying to get into. Despite the fact that it's a business that you're trying to create from the ground up, there's still some protocols and policies and laws that's in place depending on what you decide to do that you need to go by. Okay, and make sure that you are thorough in your research, and before you sign anything, any contract, okay, that is going to bind you to a particular entity or company or organization or anything big, let's say, make sure to read the fine print. Okay, make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's. Don't be too hasty. Don't rush in and be impulsive like the Knight of Wands, because you know how before we click the I agree, that's what pops up, is like the whether you agree or don't agree, you know what I mean? And so there's this policy that you have to read, and many people, let's face it, not everyone reads that. Okay, it's a whole list of fine prints that's like pages and pages long, and majority of us, including myself, I'm guilty of it, would just click I agree, just so we could get past to the next stage. But with the Hierophant here clarifying the Emperor, don't do that. Don't do that, especially if you want your business to thrive, especially if you want to avoid these potholes and these traps, okay, from these big companies or organizations or apps, or whatever that you're going to use as part of your business here. Make sure to read the fine print. I feel that it's like intertwining with this Knight of Wands here and the Hanged Man rushing in. Don't be impulsive. Read the fine prints. Make sure you know the ins and outs of the rules and also of your rights as well. Okay. I don't know why, but the notice of policy or policy notice of your rights, you know, those pamphlets. If I don't know if you have a bank account at a bank, they like to send that like quarterly or something to let you know, of your rights and what you can do to petition or appeal if something were to happen, as far as like the sharing of your information and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. So I don't know if that just came through to me, but yeah, be careful, pay attention, make sure to read the fine print. Don't do something out of haste or impulse. It's great that you're taking action on this, you know, and having fun with it and being consistent in your actions in order to achieve your goals. But remember to also listen to your intuition, okay? You listen to your intuition and also do the necessary steps that is needed or required for you to lay the groundwork, lay a solid foundation, so that once you start expanding your business, it doesn't, there's no cracks or crevices or room for errors, for things to happen and cause it to collapse, okay? Or have the state come in and shut it down or something like that. You know, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be like that, but I'm just putting it out there. It's just an example, all right? Yeah, so that's what I get there. Okay, spirit teams, what advices do you have for our Capricorn for this message here for the week of September 19th, 2008? I said 2018. 2021. Wow, we just went way back. Okay, so yeah, what messages do you have? And for some of you, I mean, this is probably, could be like a business that you are trying to revive, you know, from back in 2018. It could be too. It could be that too. You're trying to bring back or refine, like revive and work out the kinks and the glitches of your business that didn't really pull through back in 2018 through 2019, and you're trying to revise certain things and, you know, make it better. Okay, I need 3 advices, please. So we have Air Guardian, shift your perception. And Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Okay. So this is a journey that is going to teach you to be humble and have humility. If you are operating from ego, Spirit is asking for you to release those egos and pride, okay? When it comes to this business that you're trying to build up here. Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Be open. That's what stood out to me most, is be open. Be open to healing information, to other people's constructive criticism. Because in business, eventually, if you want to expand it, you would have to collaborate with people or partner up with people. And at that point in time, it's not just going to be your opinion or how you want things to be. Especially if there's shareholders involved, you would need to be open to other people's opinions and suggestions and ways of doing things as well. Okay, just kind of have that flexibility, which is why it says let go of the need to be right. Sometimes if we operate from the ego, we tend to want to get that last word in or prove our point, or just like beat a dead horse, okay? Um, just so that we can drive home our point. And despite the fact that we may be right, okay, in the moment, but how that reflects upon who we are or how other people perceive us to be as a business partner is going to be detrimental to whether or not they will decide to continue their business with us, right, or with you. Um, so that's just like an advice from Spirit. There is when you do things, talk to people, be diplomatic, okay, and be flexible enough to listen to what other people are saying, and not just like pretend like you're listening, actually listening to what they are saying, okay, and make other people who are working with you, that is part of your team, feel like they're heard, that they're being heard, because that's part of also being a good leader as well, is to not only lead the pack but also to listen to the people that you work with, to your employees, to your staff, to your colleagues, or family members if this is like a family business, okay? And sometimes you don't necessarily have to take their advice, just acknowledge them and acknowledge the fact that, you know, they're presenting this information to you, and really think about that, you know, because you never know. Sometimes other people, they may have a fantastic idea, okay, to help expand, especially if they're of a younger generation, considering, you know, the age that we are living in is like very high tech, and you know, the younger generation tend to know a lot about technologies and how things operate, and in terms of like the clientels, the consumers, customers, and what they look for, okay, in a product or services that you're trying to provide here. So with the shift to your perception is asking for you to take a look at things from a different perspective at all angles, not just, I'm sure like when we all come up with a certain business plan, we feel like, yes, this is it. Like our idea is like, what is it? Our ideas are the best, okay? Like nothing can shake it. It's bulletproof, okay? But but sometimes, you know, we can kind of get in over our heads about it and fail to see certain things and certain flaws within our plan. And so it doesn't hurt to have a wider perception on certain situations or areas within the business or within your business plan. When you're trying to find resolution to a particular problem, okay, or even to a situation or an argument or something like that. Let's say if there should be any arguments that ensue, just come from a place of diplomacy when dealing with unhappy customers or unhappy business partner, or any problems that deals with disagreements. And be open to other people's opinions as well, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to apply, you know, do as they say. You just have to provide them with a sense of like they're being heard, and you're acknowledging how they feel and what they're trying to say and what they want to do and things like that. And then if it's something that you can accommodate, then you can come up with solutions along with them to resolve that problem that they're having. Or if it's something that you don't necessarily agree with, or it's not a part of your business services or whatever, you can then explain to them, like you hear what they're saying, okay, and you acknowledge that and you understand from where they're coming from, but it's just not part of the business, like the services within the business. And yeah, so there's different ways of doing this, and just do it, you know, that's just an example. Also work on finding creative ways to go about finding resolutions to a problems when it comes to your business, okay? Because the business, I feel with the emperor especially, you know, emperor empire. You're trying to create this empire, okay? An empire is huge, all right? And it involves lots of changes with the time. You have to learn to adapt to the new technologies and also to the consumers and the consumers' needs. So yeah, especially if you want to create something that's long lasting and that's going to weather the test of time, okay? It's required for you to have that open mindset and be willing to go with the changes. Yeah. So that is the message that I have for you guys for September 19th, okay? All right, let's move on to your sutras. Spirit team, what sutras would you like for our Capricorn viewers to bear in mind throughout the week of September 19th? That's not a good cut. Okay, so here it says, happiness or sorrow, whatever befalls you, walk on, untouched, unattached. That is the sutra for you guys, and this is the photo for the sutra. On the back it says, if happiness comes, don't become too excited. If sorrow comes, don't become too depressed. Take things easily. Happiness and sorrows are separate from you. Remain unidentified as if they are not happening to you, but happening to somebody else. Just try this small device. It is a valuable recipe, as if they are not happening to you, but to somebody else. Maybe to a character in a novel or in a movie, and you are just an onlooker. Yes, unhappiness is there. Happiness is there, but it is there, and you are here. Don't become identified. Don't say I am unhappy. Simply say I am the watcher. Unhappiness is there. Happiness is there. I am simply the watcher. Get more and more rooted into watching. That's what Buddha calls vipassana insight. Just see with inner eyes whatsoever happens and remain untouched, unattached. All right. So that is the message for you guys for the week of September 8th, for the week of September 19th. And I hope that you find that helpful and useful for this upcoming week or in general. So if you enjoy my work, if you find my work to be entertaining, you can support my channel by clicking that like button, subscribe, comment if you feel compelled to do so, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload new videos. And with that being said, thank you again for clicking onto my channel. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.